What have you been focusing the most in this training camp about pending support?
Just staying healthy, training always evolving, that's it, you know. Had Bibiano Fernandez down, he helped me get ready for this fight, work on my grappling, and keep working on my clinch game, and like I said guys, I'm a date guy, you know. Regardless of, you know, shit, all we know, Henry Cejudo get hurt tonight. And then I can be like, yo, Sergio, you want to get out there, man? Come on, take some money. So for me, I'm just focused on myself and going out there performing on Saturday night.
Demetrious, what is fight week like for you now? I mean, you've been here so many times, title fights over and over, you know, the reign. What's it like for you? Is it still exciting? You still get that edge?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just another fight, you know? Whether I win or lose, I tell you guys all the time, I go back home, I get in the gym with Matt, he works me, I get in the gym with Brad, he works me. Get back in the gym and wait for the next call. I come back out to fight week, chill in the room, play my video games. Then there's been a time when I've been out here and I was like, man, we should go do this, we should go do this. He goes, DJ, you got a fucking fight on Saturday. And I'm like, oh shit, that's right. So for me, there's no point in getting hyped up, amped up, nervous. At the end of the day, I'm gonna fight on Saturday. And there's gonna be two things can happen. I'm either gonna win or I'm gonna lose. When you look at it that way, shit's easy.
How about Cejudo? People have been looking forward to this fight for a long time. When you break him down, do you feel like he offers anything you haven't seen before in somebody else?
You know, he's definitely, I would say he probably has, you know, it's hard to say, you know, because all the guys I find in the past are really good, you know, fighters and athletes. And those guys have competed longer in mixed martial arts than he has. I'm not saying that's something else, you know, he's doing other things in wrestling, but I fought the best of the best guys, like I truly have. And I've competed with the best in mixed martial arts. He's competed with the best in wrestling, and this is not wrestling, okay? And I'm sure he's gonna come out, he's gonna have no problem making weight, he's gonna be in real great shape, just like the last 7 people I fought. Shit, one guy was on EPO. If you don't know what EPO is, you need to go look up Lance Armstrong, okay? But yeah, I'm ready. I mean, I don't get married to whoever I'm fighting. They call like, hey, you're fighting Cejudo. Thank you, bye. That's how my conversations are with Dana White and Lorenzo. There's no, well, I don't know, that's a good idea, Dana. You know, I don't think the numbers will be good. I don't think nobody knows who this man is. That's not my thought process. I'm like, perfect, sounds good. If they were to call me and say, hey, you're fighting Joseph Benavidez for the 3rd time, April 23rd, Saturday, co-headline behind Jones and OSP or DC, my reaction would be, thank you, I'll see you then, bye. And that's how it should be for every single fighter. My opinion, but they're not like, you ain't gonna make no money, dog, but that's just me.
Is that something you had to learn, or was there ever a time when it was more emotional?
No, ever since I was an amateur. I mean, I had a very long amateur career, and you know, Matt divulged why his plan for his fighters to have long amateur careers, and hope you guys can look on an embedded series if they use that part. But I agree with you, you know. I cover a background to where it's like, Matt will call me and goes, hey, there's a fight Saturday up in Edmonds at Axe Fighting. You want to fight? I'm like, sure. And he goes, and I was like, all right, sounds good. Going to fight, and it's like, all right, round 1, you ready to fight? Perfect. Hit gloves, and it's like, all right, I have no idea what you can do or what you're about. If you're a grappler, striker, what? And then it makes me use all the concept that Matt has taught me in the gym to go out there and exploit something. So if I was to fight that man over there, I'd be like, let's fight. Boom. I will find my distance. I will find my range. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to tear you apart now.
What do you think then about the Conor McGregor situation? Him being pulled from the UFC?
Conor does what he wants. Conor does whatever he wants. And if Conor wants to retire, Conor can retire. He's got toes that spit fire. I don't know if you guys have seen it. But if the man wants to retire, he can do whatever he wants. But shout out, you know, good thing the UFC was like, yo, you know, if you're not going to come to the press conference, you know, we're going to have to pull you. Then Conor's like, sweet, thanks for the cheese, I'm out. They're just both doing their thing.
Demetrious, do you agree with his behavior, with Conor's behavior?
Do I agree with it? I mean, look, I've flown to Australia, coach, for, you know, I've flown to Australia, I've flown from Seattle to LAX, LAX to Sydney, Sydney to Brisbane, Brisbane to Melbourne, Melbourne to Sydney, Sydney to LAX, LAX back to Seattle, trained for 6 weeks, did the same thing and fought. So, you know, this is how I make my money, this is how I pay my bills, and ever since the UFC's ever asked me about anything or asked me to do something, I've never turned it down.
I mean, you've been champion longer than he's been in the promotion. As a champion, do you feel like you should be allowed to kind of use those liberties to call your shots a little bit?
No, I never thought so. You know, my job's to fight, and you know, when the UFC asked me to do something, I'm like, all right, sounds good. I can make that happen.
Demetrious, is your ability to stay at the top as a champion due to your ability to adapt and fight?
I think a little bit of that and my coaches. I mean, Matt Hume, he's one of the world's greatest coaches. I mean, you know, when Rich Franklin was on top of the sport before he lost to Anderson Silva, he was at the gym training Matt Hume when he outweighed Matt Hume, and Matt Hume was like, get up, you know. He's working Rich Franklin, a world champion in the UFC. And also my other coach, Brad, he's been with Matt since he was 19 years old. So it's not like I have a guy who goes, you're my wrestling coach, you're my dietitian, you're my grappling coach, you're this. They can both do it all. And so when I have two cooks in the kitchen and I am their product, it's helping me grow, and they're just focused on me and everybody else in the gym too. Like if you guys ever been to our gym is probably the least. You guys would walk in here, you guys would not know that there's spiders out of that gym. Because we have people who train here who work at Google, Microsoft, kids, women, all of that. But we're very focused on building great fighters instead of trying to get all these guys in the UFC.
With that said, do you feel that Matt doesn't get credit he deserves as a coach, and also you as the champion?
Maybe, but Matt's not looking for that. You know, Matt's not here. Goes, all right, guys, DJ, get out of the way. I'm here next. Matt Hume here, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, start with your questions. Matt Hume just wants the best for his athletes and his fighters. And for me, I just want the best. I'm taking care of myself and building my brand. And I'm fighting, competing, and defending my title. Speaking of your brand, are you aware that if you win on Saturday, this will be 8 title defenses for you, which would you third all time? Yes, I realize that. But, you know, I can go out there and win, and I'm like, sweet, we won, go home, take care of the kids, family, just like 7 or 5, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was the same thing after one. You know, after the first one, that was probably the most emotional one because, you know, everybody gets the belt and then they go out there and defend it like, oh, his first chance fighting today. They lose. So for me, that was probably the most emotional one I was ever been. You know, I almost started crying, and then Matt was like, you did it, you know. And then second one was, all right, who the fuck was the second one? I can't remember. But, you know, they're just another fight. So for me, if this is 8, fantastic. We'll get back home, train. If I lose, great. Go home, train, get ready for the next one.
How much would it mean to you to eclipse Anderson Silva's record for the most title defense? I
think it'd be dope, you know. Smallest man in the world beat the, you know, that title defense, and nobody really knows who I am. And they're like, I'm just like, hey, you're amazing. I was like, yeah, I'm just paying these bills, dude. That's all. I like that calm demeanor about myself because I can relate to everybody in the room. Where it's like, dude, you know, what are you doing there? I was like, I think I'm gonna go. I gotta pressure wash the fence, paint it so HOA doesn't find me. And then I gotta send out a check to this person. Like, that's the shit I deal with every single day. I'm not the person who was like, Matt, wrap my hands, please. Matt, get my gloves on. Hey, is my chicken breast almost done, damn it? Somebody get that chicken breast out. That's not me. Like, I'm the guy who comes up. Matt, before we left, he goes, all right, what do I need to bring? I was like, you don't need to bring anything, Matt. Just bring yourself.
So as media, like, we're always saying, oh, Mighty Mouse, he doesn't get the attention he deserves. He doesn't get the respect. He doesn't get the draw. It sounds like you're kind of cool with that. Like, you want to kind of fly under the radar a little bit?
Well, why? I'm like sitting here like, you guys need to, call me, interview me. Everybody needs a part of it. Like, dude, this is what I'm about. I just display everything that I am able to do, and I can do a lot more than that. And this is mixed martial arts. It's not about me trying to create drama for you guys. If you guys want drama, please watch The Bachelor. Then you guys decide who should get the rose. Then you guys will have your drama filled. But for me, I'm here to fight. And ever since I've been under Matt Hume and Brad, it's not about, okay, you need to get in there, you need to create controversy. It's like, okay, how can we make you the perfect mixed martial artist? Okay, and if people want to tune in to see how this man is on his journey to be able to demolish Anderson Silva's 10 consecutive title defenses, please tune in. Please tune in to see what I've been working on in the gym. Whether it's me fighting Henry Cejudo, me fighting Joseph Benavidez for the 5th time, or me going up and fighting whoever at 135 for the super fight. That's what I'm trying to sell to you people. If you guys want controversy, dude, John Dodson talked shit about me in my face. He just talked crap about me the other day. You know what I did? I'm like, that was rude. I was like, whatever. Then I was like, all right, time, let's change this diaper, dog. Come on. That's how it goes, you know? And after we fought, I said, dude, congrats on being a father. Even though you talk shit about me, it's all good. He goes, yeah, man, I was just trying to sell the fight. And I was like, I know, but it didn't change the outcome of this fight, did it? Have a good life. I wish you the best at 135, and take care.
You just mentioned the super fight. You usually don't talk about it. You usually say, hey, slow down. I want to beat this record first.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I want to beat this record first, but at the same time, you know, if the money presents itself, then yeah, if the money's right, then yeah, I'll go do it. But if it's not, if they're like, hey, we're going to pay you exactly the same thing when you go fight at Dump, oh, that doesn't fucking make sense. So, you know, I'm focused on breaking that title defense. That's something I want to do. It's a goal of I set my own. I might break a title defense around like, slow clap. So glad. But like, no worries, man. Thanks for the clap. Appreciate it, but I'm excited about it.
If you did eclipse that record, though, do you feel like the fans would finally regard you as the #1 pound for pound?
No. I mean, that's... At one point in time, I was ranked #1 pound for pound in the world. John Jones farted and blew right past me. And he wasn't even an octagon. He had been an octagon for a year and a half, so why would I get upset that, you know, if I was like sitting there on the computer and I'm like, I refresh the UFC page and next thing you know, I'm here and I refresh it and John Jones was like, I'm like, motherfucker! I was just like, it happened, someone texted me and goes, hey, John Jones just passed you. I was like, what did he do? I was like, he must have farted. That's the only thing I can see, he blew right past me. But it's part of life, I don't get caught up in that. But don't take my demeanor how I'm just chilled, relaxed, you know, this is who I am. I fucking go hard as hell when it's time to fight night because that's how I pay my bills. So, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Last one.
You see guys who are high level, you see Benavidez and stuff, they change camps after years and years and years of being with the same team.
Yeah.
Do you think that could be beneficial? Do you think they're going to learn some new trick that they haven't picked up already?
You know, the hardest thing for me is that I'm glad that I found Matt Hume. I'm glad I came into his gym as just a pure wrestler, and then he was able to make me go, okay, I didn't care about fighting. Like, I just care about working out and learning. And then next thing you know, Matt's like, hey, there's an amateur fight and mixed martial arts. Which I'm like, dude, I'm like, sure, why not? Did it, competed. He goes, hey, your next fight is gonna be a kickboxing fight, amateur. So he threw me in a different discipline in mixed martial arts. So I did amateur kickboxing. Okay, I'm gonna put you right back in mixed martial arts. Hey, there's a jiu-jitsu tournament on Saturday. Would you like to do that? I'm like, sure, we'll do it. Went there and submitted every single person. He pulled me out of that, then he put me somewhere else. Then he goes, hey, there's a Muay Thai fight. You're gonna fight a guy who's 4-0 in Muay Thai. It's for the belt. You're gonna do it? Sure. Broke my rib in the first round. I ended up winning that fight. So he put me in every single discipline in mixed martial arts where guys are like, dude, I just wrestled and I have great hands and I'm doing mixed martial arts. Dude, you might get far and win a couple fights, but when it comes down to when you meet somebody who's a complete fighter, you're gonna have troubles if they're able to put it together and they're just as athletic as you. So that's why, and guys switching camps, they're trying to find the recipe instead of being at home like, okay, how can we fix this, guys? You know, how can we, what am I doing wrong? Like, is it this or that? Because if you look at their point in time, they were successful in their career. You know what I mean? It wasn't like they got there and lost 5-0, they went 0-5 and they went somewhere. These guys got up to title fights and now they're switching camps. So you just have to think like, do they want to use this person as a crutch? Like, dude, I need you to be able to do this. To where at one point in my career, I wasn't training with Matt, and I was like, Matt, after I lost to Brad Pitt, I was like, Matt, I need to come train with you, man. He goes, nope, no you don't. He goes, look how far you got, and we've only spent a couple days together. He goes, I don't want you to come up here and use me as a crutch to make me do everything for you. I want you to keep on learning and making yourself evolve. Now, after the first Team McCall fight, he goes, all right, dude, you're done. That diet was horrible. You did this. You're taking this shit seriously. Because we're at that point now where I can make a career out of it. So, yep.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.